I guess a super bomb? Yeah, do it. Alright, what is this? Use the elevator? Ah! I don't think there were any secrets on the Torish. Hello, Raven Beak. Probably.
Uploading data.
It appears your Metroid DNA has caused you to become a Metroid. Ordinarily, this would have happened immediately after the DNA transplant. Your Foha genes must have slowed down the process. They were the only tribe capable of controlling the Metroids. Though you possess their DNA, you are not a Foha. Your physical prowess suggests that you must also possess Mockin DNA. Metroids are programmed to identify Mockin as enemies. This suggests one thing to me. It is very probable that your metamorphosis occurred as a result of Raven Beak's attack. His presence awakened the Metroid's killer instinct. Since then, your metamorphosis has accelerated. It can no longer be controlled. You are now a Metroid, Samus Aran. Your very existence poses a grave threat to the galaxy. However, there is no need to fear. You can still contribute to galactic peace. You need only use your new powers correctly. You have followed my instructions faithfully so far. Continue to do so. It's that simple. I consider your performance here on ZDR highly satisfactory. As I hoped, it has even awakened your Metroid powers. I was right to let you live during our first encounter. That one glimpse you showed told me everything. Submit and offer up your power. My plan is the only way to bring order to the galaxy. Fulfill your destiny, Samus. This is an order. Disobedience will not be tolerated.
All it. Huh. That would explain a lot, sort of. Ow. 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 I'm not sure if I can hit him. Ow, 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 ow. What the... That freaking sucked. Okay. Ow. I'm not sure how to hit him. And I keep bouncing off of his freaking head. Nope. Ow, shit. Yeah, I've lost this one. This is gonna take some doing. I see a couple of counterpoints. I wonder if those are the only times I can actually hit him. That's gotta be the case. Okay. Time to fight Mean Dad. Okay. I honestly wonder if I can parry that. I wonder about which moves I can parry. What? Oh. Ow. 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 Okay. You can parry that one. I don't know if you can parry that one, though. Okay. I know I can parry that one. Okay. Break that. Ow. I do not necessarily know which one of these breaks the shields off. I don't think I can parry that one. I think he's doing his combo. That I can parry. Well. Okay. Nope. That's not the move that I thought he was doing. Screw you, bird dad. Okay. There we go. Missile time. Yeah, I can parry that move. Ow. Okay, I'm getting better at dodging him. Nope. Ah. Thank you for the delicious healing energy, bird dad. Okay. There we go. Good time for missiles. That's such a sick, like, beam sword super combo. Oh, shit! I didn't realize it was a double parry. It's the first time I've gotten that one. I think I'm gonna have to succeed that. Nope. Nope. Thank you. Okay. Nope. All the goodies flying out of him screwed me up there. Okay. He'd do an orb again. Unfortunately, I don't actually know if this does any damage to him. No, it did. Alright, that took off his shield. Shit. Bird Dad, why didn't you give me wings? Bird Dad, I am possibly your only daughter. Ow! I don't know how to dodge that. Well. He hits like a truck. And he's not giving me... I don't actually know if that hit him particularly bad. Nope. Shit. Okay. Well, there I go. Phase 2 sucks. At least I've almost got phase 1 down. Big problem is I can't let him get in that to the side of a room, which is an issue. Holy shit, that was sick looking. More missiles for daddy. Yeah, get that double counter down, and he is not happy. Okay. Alright, fine. There we go. Plenty of time for missiles. Look at it. It's so sick. Like, what a way to do QTEs. You get the parry, and then you get to shoot an enemy while you're just absolutely beast moding them. Well, I managed to avoid that pretty well. Gosh, you can clear some distance. Oh, I forgot I can parry that one. Okay. There we go. I prefer not to be... Oh. There we go. Perfect. Back up to full juice. I really wish this is the kind of game that would actually let you do checkpoints on boss phases. Because I'm in such a good spot. Well, that's frustrating. I still don't know how to avoid that. I wonder if I can parry it. Please chill. Yeah, I bet I can parry that move. Nope. Ow. Nope. Mm-mm. You can definitely tell I was starting to stress there. Just the, the slight quaver as I was going, mm-mm. This is a hard boss fight. It's probably one of the harder bosses in a game that I've ever been up against, which is kind of odd, actually, and you'll see why as we go along. I'm switched over to post-commentary. The cornering there, just having to deal with him. Somebody was telling me that I could just use the gun, because at this point the missiles and the gun do about the same damage. I don't actually believe that. But no, this is a hard boss fight, especially early on. Like, learning his patterns are rough. Once you know how to fight him, he's actually not too bad. So this is my first attempt at him after coming back after 2 weeks. 2 weeks of not playing this game. I was just letting my backlog play out, and I was working on other things. I was just burnt out. I've been burnt out. And so I've been trying to just, like, take it easy. Play slow games. Play easy games. And this is, like, the true antithesis of that. And so it took literally one fight against this guy to shake the rust off, surprisingly. Because, yeah, I don't remember all the moves. But once you know his moves, he's actually not hard, which is wild to me. That's actually a sign of a good hard game. That, yes, it is a test of reflexes, which is a bit of an issue. But assuming that you have the reflexes to fight this guy, then all it is just know-how. I saw somebody actually talking about this, kind of in rebuttal to me, talking about reflex tests. Yeah, I did not remember the parry button for that one. Reflex test boss fights. And that it's actually quite frustrating if you are somebody that does not have the reflexes for a reflex test boss fight, no matter how much you know what you're supposed to do. That it is... Yeah, there we go. I remembered the parry there. No matter how much you know how to fight a boss, if you don't have the reflexes required to, you know, dodge or parry or whatnot. Like, for this one, a lot of the parries are actually just pure timing. It's more patience than anything else and just kind of knowing when to do it. Which, you know, even if you have bad reflexes, you can kind of time it so it's not as bad. Whereas, I don't know, I've played a number of other games where it's just like, no, you need twitch reflexes to even have a chance at this one. And that's just rough in a way that I'm kind of glad most games don't force you to do, and the games that do hopefully have difficulty settings. There's only a couple of developers that truly don't believe in difficulty settings, and to some degree I still wish this game had difficulty settings. Like, it's very satisfying that I learned how to fight this guy, but I also recognize that, like, I play video games for a living. I know how to do these things, and I have the time to, like, really dedicate to this, but it still took me half an hour to beat this boss fight. I don't know, for some people, like, that half an hour is not a half an hour that they have. And so I think I always get stuck on that a little bit when I'm advocating for easier games. It's not necessarily like I want to cheapen this experience, but I know that there's people that need the cheaper experience to even be able to enjoy things. And even for me, like, to some degree, I like fighting bosses about 3 times. More than that, I lose interest. I'm not actually that interested in... holy shit, that move hurts. I'm not that interested in, you know, beating my head against a wall for a boss fight or a challenge or something. You know, that I'll give it 3 shots, and after that I'm just like, no, I think I'm actually good to move on. Morph Ball, I really wish I wish it was easier to not turn into Morph Ball, especially in combat. Like, if it was actually a button on the D-pad. I'm just bringing up things as we go by. This is pure stream of consciousness post-commentary, because I kind of wanted to show off these boss fights. Gosh, did it take me this long to get to the wing phase? Yes, it did. Holy shit, I was holding out. I realize how long this boss fight is, but yeah, he's only taken off half my HP, which I actually feel like is quite the achievement. I'm not quite sure which of these is him doing the turbo cannon, and which one of these is the bullets. It's fine. But no, I'd like to examine that further. I think it still worked out for this one. Like, the difficulty wasn't that heinous. And I'm glad that there's a harder difficulty for other people. As well. And this is a conversation that I'm probably going to have repeatedly until I do a video essay on it, at which point then I'll probably have said my piece. Wow. You know, I was at like half health at the beginning of this phase and thinking like, I've been really managing to survive here. He's just chunked it all off. Getting absolutely blasted by this guy is brutal. Also getting him on the side of the map is kind of rough here. Yeah, you can just slide under that. Took me a bit of getting used to on that, but still good. I don't know. But I guess part of the reason why I'm bringing up like difficulty in games being easier and stuff is this is me doing genuinely better, even despite my like extreme rust, doing genuinely better because I'm not talking. I didn't even attempt to commentate over this. Save for like 1 or 2 reaction bits that I've just cut out because I was just like, wow, that's bullshit, or like, I haven't gotten this far before. But that was it. But that, you know, as a person trying to do a running commentary over a video game, easier difficulties. Yeah, here we go. Hadn't done this before. That's a sick dodge. And rip wing. You know, I just realized I've seen Chozo unclothed. They don't have feathers. Nor do they have wings. I wonder if this guy's wings are artificial then. Or if he actually looks different under the armor. I don't think so. I think he also is fleshy. Maybe they just have weird feathery wings. Yep, and there's Morph Ball. Which is just like the worst trap. Because once you get into Morph Ball, like it actually takes an ounce of intention to get out of Morph Ball mode. And then you're just kind of in trouble. Also, that sun sucks. I don't know if there's a way to destroy it, but I hate it. I hate it a lot. But so, not doing commentary really does make boss fights so much easier. And so it's kind of the realization that, like, yeah, maybe it actually is just worth it for me to, if something gets hard, truly say nothing and then just find some alternative path for commentary and otherwise. Oh, right, other thing I forgot to mention, part of the reason, one of the things that threw me off at the beginning of that previous fight is actually that if you quit out of the game, cutscenes become unskippable. That it assumes you haven't seen them before for whatever reason. I think because I hadn't saved, maybe? That it auto-saves when you die, but that doesn't actually carry over. And so, I was not ready for the cutscene. I got a lot of parries, I noticed, on this one. Like, this specific attempt at this boss, I pretty much was able to parry him every single time I got the chance. But that he did a lot of attack patterns, specifically where I could easily parry him. Also, he does 50 damage in like just bumping off of his head doing a spin jump. Because I got too close to him. That is wild to me. I still hate contact damage. It makes no sense. If anything, I should have just bounced harmlessly off of him. Or like, you know, he could have like took a swing at me. But the fact that his hat does 50 damage to Samus just feels weird and unfair. Not that bad, but it's just like, but why? But why though? Yeah, that's the animation. Didn't show up earlier, but boy, it does some damage. I actually thought I missed it there. But I didn't. I didn't miss it. I meant for some good parries. And yeah, you can even get him to switch sequences. Stages? Shoot. In the middle of one of those cutscenes. The fluidity and the fact that there was like I think there was a little bit of a hitch between the two. That he was charging the beam and then he immediately warped to be like, oh, I've been phase 2, there we go. You know, it's like, oh, I've been moved to phase 2. You know, being in that position wasn't the most seamless experience, but at the same time, it was a lot more seamless than I was expecting it would be. And boy, I mean, you can tell I've been rocking this. I got through the first phase, and the only damage I took from him specifically was bouncing off of his head, which you do actually heal off of his black hole shot. So, I don't know. I'm very proud of myself on this fight. But so much of it boils down to the fact that I can focus. I'm not distracting myself. I have nothing but respect for speedrunners that can do full commentary and do what they do. But, like, holy shit, I cannot. I am not built for that. You'd think after 7-8 years, I would have developed those skills where I could do a running commentary while keeping pure focus. But that is beyond me. Dude just wanted to shoot me. Is that 3 machine gun phases? I think so. I'm just appreciating myself. I almost never actually go back to rewatch my runs of games, like any of my gameplay. Yeah, it's the first time I really got hit. Boy, that did a lot. A tank and a half. I'm still a little salty. They kept giving you suit upgrades in this game, being like, it drastically reduces damage that enemies, like, enemy damage, and then just like all the enemies are replaced with harder enemies in turn. It's just like, what's even the point of having that text if it literally does nothing? I like the idea of small numbers in games, if that makes sense. That, you know, I've been playing a number of games lately where, you know, I do 9,999 damage or more. You know, MMOs are especially guilty of this, where every expansion increases the level cap. Oh, right, we're on to phase 3. I almost kind of just didn't process that. Yeah, I made it to phase 3 without taking much more damage than that one machine gun hit. Unfortunately, as you can tell, I'm starting to take tons of damage because I don't know his patterns. I hate that. That you're, like, what I was trying to do there was jump, but what I was doing instead was running into him repeatedly and couldn't get out of it. I don't know what his patterns or the counters are here. I mean, this one's easy, just keep jumping. Because, yeah, he just keeps firing big beam attack. Which is sick. I'm actually a little disappointed that Samus didn't have that as, like, an ability she could do occasionally. Like, it would have been kind of cool if getting 100% would give you the Omega Cannon, which, you know, would let you do some more damage. Or something like that. I don't know. I always feel like hundoing a Metroidvania should generally make it easier. As opposed to... for the most part, hundoing in this game was only important up to the E-tanks. And then everything beyond that was not really terribly necessary. I guess kind of for missiles, but even then I've only burned about 100 missiles over the course of this boss fight. Maybe 150 by the time it's done. I have no idea if there's a way to specifically counter that move. I don't know how to counter any of these. I think there was a point where I was shooting the weird sun thing, hoping that I could maybe destroy it. You might be able to slide under that. I actually have no idea.
Beak? Did I beat him?
This is concerning. What's wrong with her hand? Holy shit! Holy crap, what the hell is going on? It's just screaming. But also, she looks very, very mutant now. At least the suit does. I don't think he was ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. What the hell? All right. Let's see where this takes us. I was actually afraid this was going to take me hours, not like 2 tries. Uh-oh. Wait, what the hell? Is that like... Ew. It's like Kraid, but with Bird Dad's face. Inside of it. Well, that's a horror. Damn. Oh. Okay. Oh! I was not expecting being able to just super laser. Sure, why not? Let's see. Free HP. Statue, don't care. Still don't care. Get out of my way. I kind of wish there was like one more E.M.M.I left or something, just for the sake of being goofy. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where's the ship? Transport capsule. Ship. Oh, here. This door. What? Okay, I guess we're going back here then. Uncharted lands, I guess. I was not expecting to have this level of firepower, but sure, why not? I am not surprised by this turn of events. Kind of weird. I mean, they've been doing this whole kind of pseudo-body horror with Samus this entire time. Like, hey, you're just like chock full of DNA, aren't you? And... you know, there's kind of that like feeling of just like, this is probably going to backfire at some point in some way. I just didn't realize it would backfire for literally everyone other than Samus. Okay. Are we gonna just like find Adam at the end of this on the ship and he's gonna just be like, huh, where you been? Why do you look funny? What's up with you, lady?
You will drain the ship of its energy.
Oh, right. His clan can control the X-Parasite. Huh. How many planets has she destroyed now? It's like 4 or 5. It's not like they make them anymore. That was just it. That was the credits. All right. That was incredibly fun. I liked this game. I think a lot of my complaints melt away as soon as I'm put in a position where I'm not where I don't have to commentate over it. I'll probably have. I was probably talking about it during the inevitable post-commentary commentary over the final 2 boss fights that I did, just to, you know, just to see. Well, mainly talking over games makes them like way harder. If you ever wonder why I'm playing on like normal difficulty, it's because like brain power to running commentary is like actually a legitimate. It's a drain, and like. I didn't exactly rock that 3rd phase particularly well, but I beat it in like 2 goes with like a week and a half of rust, give or take. I'd have to check my footage, but like it's been a while since I played Metroid Dread, and so there's this kind of very real feeling of, huh. Oh, right. Shell's wondering why specifically it's not, I'm assuming like it's a bunch more Hispanic names. It's a satellite studio. I don't actually remember. Yeah, I don't actually remember where the studio for this is located. Though, I will say... Let me double check. I did hear that there was some kind of, like, mismanagement specifically with Mercury Steam. There we go. Yeah, they're a Spanish game developer in Madrid. I was wondering about that. I mean, they did great work. I would love to see whatever their like working conditions improve a little bit, because like this was an incredibly well-made game. The parrying system was solid, the gameplay, the movement, and whatnot. I think the one failing for me truly was the exploration. Never felt like it was exploration up until the very end. Like so much of the finding missiles and E-tanks and whatnot was very much backlogged for the very, very end of the game, which was fine, but like I could have used some of those earlier, and I definitely spent like 4 or 5 episodes specifically just doing heavy backtracking purely for missile tanks for the most part, just so I could say I got 100%, and I think that's fine, but I think it could have been a little bit better for me, but I liked what they did. Like, there's so many of these things that I would say, I hope they never do again, but it worked for this game. And I think that's the best way of putting it. But I do hope that we get another one of these. I've never actually really played the baseline Metroid series. And I never played Super Metroid, never played original Metroid, certainly never any of the, like, Game Boy Advance titles, and I've only ever played maybe about the first 30 minutes of Metroid Prime 1, and I very much like to sit down and play those at some point. Maybe sooner than later. I will probably put it on a Patreon poll and see what people say. But, gosh, with all that said, is there anything else really to say? It was a solid game. I love the production value. They really managed to make Samus look and feel like a badass in every single moment, especially the special parry animations for every single boss, especially the fact that I could shoot during those. That was such a good way of handling it. It felt very satisfying. And I don't know. I often think in terms of games with very defined genres. You know, games that are not like Inscription, that is like kind of a whole new thing. And even maybe Inscription isn't the best example I can go with. It's just a more recent one of just like, man, this really does just break the mold a lot. But often when it comes to these games, what does it do to perfect the formula? What does it do to embody the formula? Or what does it do to push the formula further? And I think the whole, like, parry badass QTE thing truly needs to serve as an example for so many other games. Like, that's the takeaway for me. This is a solid Metroidvania. It was a great Metroid game, but that specific design choice is something that I think every game that has parry systems and QTEs should keep in mind, because I think it was brilliant. And yeah, it was also a ton of fun. Wish they'd put a little bit more effort into her eyelashes. Because I think Samus's face was actually, like, the least nice-looking thing in the game. Aw. Zero mission. What? Why did that pop up? I'm confused. Unless you get, like, a specific gallery thing for different clears? Oh, in different clear times, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna take a peek at the gallery. Ooh. So there's 6 other ending rewards. I only got the first one. That's a bit of a shame. Would have been really cool to get more than that. So hide UI. Yeah, we've got him destroying. I think that's actually the first E.M.M.I. The one that was missing the arm that we killed. He ripped it off. And then them imprisoning Kraid or a Kraid. I really have no idea why he was there. Or what even his deal was, other than just like, hey, by the way, it's Kraid again. I don't see the weird damage on his stomach, though. Oh, they're chucking prisoners into the water beast. Thanks. Also, that's what Chozo looked like. Unclothed. Because we only ever really saw them with armor. Gosh, I love the art style for them. I would love to play some Metroid games where, yeah, you'd play as a Chozo warrior instead. Or like Samus, but with a much more like melee-focused Chozo vibe. And then there was the beast that was being experimented on in the lab that we saw. It was twitching. I wonder if that was actually... That's Beak. Maybe. Maybe not. No, he looks like too green and yellow. And here's them confronting ones being infected by the X-Parasite. And then modifying the E.M.M.I is specifically to go after Samus. And then, yeah, there's the golden one. And... kind of an overall illustration? Or... no, it looks like a bunch of different villains that you fought or encountered along the way. Because I see Metroids, I'm pretty sure that's Mother Brain in the back, which I didn't realize Mother Brain actually had like a somewhat biological body, which is creepy and confusing. Ridley, Raid again. I don't know what the dinosaur is. Beak, obviously, the space pirates, and E.M.M.I. I do not remember what the nice bird man's name was. And then some kind of angry captain guy in the back, who I have no idea what he's from. Cool. Alright. Well, with all of that said, thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. It was a ton of fun. And I'm looking forward to the next one. I gotta figure out what to replace this with. I might sit down and go back to play some other Metroidvanias. Because I'd very much like to actually have series or videos on every single great Metroidvania that has ever been released. Because I think that's an enduring conversation that I'd like to delve further into. Well, for now, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you next time on whatever you watch.